Okay. They're coming for me. Don't let them eat my bones.
Subscribe, fairy.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, welcome back, my fellow amateurs. Today, we've got a fishy one for you.
We're making crunchy Asian pit pasta.
We're making creamy Cajun shrimp pasta. So let's get to it. So for this recipe, what we're going to need is shrimp, of course. Linguine. Garlic cloves. Butter. Lemon juice. Half and half. Tomato. Sprigs of parsley. Parmigiano. Oil. Pepper. Salt. And Cajun seasoning. We're also going to need a strainer, a knife, a cutting board, and a garlic mincer. A pan, preferably a large one, and a pot, but not to piss in. That felt weird. Anyways, we're gonna get this recipe going. So first we're gonna start with a little bit of prep work. What we're gonna do, we gotta cut a few sprigs of parsley. We're gonna mince 2 of the cloves. And we're gonna cut up this tomato into small little bits. So let's get going. Now be very careful when handling a knife. You don't want to cut yourself. Okay, so now, for the next part, what we're gonna do is we dried our shrimp a little bit. Mine's still a little wet, but that's okay. We wanna dry it. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. This is just a pinch, so you don't need much, just a little dabble. Same with the peppers, just a little dabble. Probably a little more than a pinch, but we'll see. Now, Cajun seasoning. It says to use a half teaspoon. Just throw that on there. Okay, now with clean hands, of course, we're just going to mix it a little bit. Now that we've mixed our shrimp, get a little look at that, I don't know if you can see it. It's coated with all the seasonings. We're going to set this to the side. And we're going to move on to our next step. So we're going to cook our linguine. Linguine? Linguine? Now you cook this according to what the package says. So I've already got the water boiling. We'll get this going and I'll see you in just a minute. So while we wait for those noodles to cook, I don't even know what I was going for there. I'm sorry. Okay, so while we wait for those to cook, we're gonna get our pan going. So what you need is 2 tablespoons of butter, preferably that doesn't already have bread in it. And 1 tablespoon of the oil. So you can wait a little bit before you actually start cooking this. We're just kind of getting it ready. The prep work, you know. Right, so 1 tablade of oil. And so we're gonna let that water boil first for a little bit, and then throw our noodles in. And then we're gonna put this on a high heat and melt all this. And so when we're ready for the next step, we'll pull you in and let you see it. Tell her, you know, just get a little bit too much. Okay, you're up here, I need you down here.
He tells me this all the time.
So we've brought the water to a boil. We're gonna add our noodles in. So, looking at this box, it says boil it for 10 minutes. Okay? So, ever so gently add the noodle. Yeah. All right, so as you can see, we melted our butter and oil on a high heat. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our shrimp. What we wanna do is try and get a nice even layer so that everybody's got a seat, you know? Make sure high heat. Let's get them all situated, okay? So the recipe says to cook them for about 2 minutes aside. So we'll give it about 2 minutes. Then we're gonna flip them suckers, and then we're gonna continue on from there. So it says to go for a nice pink color, or until fully cooked. Hopefully we don't get food poisoning.
Yum.
So now we're just giving them a nice flip. Look at that color. It's tasty. Maybe not yet. We don't like that. But these ones look nice and tasty. And also, real quick, you see these bits here? I forgot to say, you add that minced garlic in with the shrimp. So don't forget that. Yeah, come on. Our shrimp is looking nice and cooked. It says just cook it at 2-minute intervals, checking it until it's pink and it looks like it's fully cooked. We don't want you to eat raw food. So now, while the heat's still going, we're gonna add a cup, half and half. Yeah. We're also gonna add 1/4 cup of our Parmigiano Romano. I think it's supposed to be reggiano, I don't know. But this will work. We're gonna add a 1/4 cup of this. There we go. And what we're gonna do is just bring that to a boil while we mix the entire time. Okay? So we're just gonna. Sorry, a few of those were stuck. So we're just gonna kind of move that around a little bit and let that kind of come to a boil. Okay, so now we've let this cook for 2 minutes, and now we turn the heat off. Now we're gonna add everything into it. So let's see if we can do this without making a mess. We'll start with the noodles. All right, not bad so far. Let's add our tomato. Parsley. Let's give that a good mix it. I think I either need a bigger pan or I should have done this a little at a time. But what's done is done. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna keep moving this around so we can get fully covered. Or, best we can. We also want to add, now that I think about it, don't trust my memory, 1 more half teaspoon of the Cajun pepper. And we'll continue our
lemon juice.
mixing that goes in. So far, it looks okay.
But does it taste okay?
I don't know.
Continue.
All right, so that is it. What we're gonna do now, let it sit for just a minute, let it cool off,
No!
and let the sauce thicken. But boy, does that look good. All right, so the final product, it looks tasty.
It does.
It smells good. You get it that, it's not strong, but a good whiff of the Cajun,
You can smell it smells like it's really seasoned well. And the color is really vibrant.
I think my only thing is I should have added maybe a little more of the half and half, just for a little more of that added sauce. 'Cause I'm not saying that it's dry, but it's not as creamy as I was hoping and expecting. So maybe I should have added a little more of that, just for that effect. But the shrimp looks cooked real well. Like I said, it's very aromatic. Big words. So, no, so Just it's like a fine wine. You know, you want to keep that. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
I like it. It's full. Full.
It was really good. Again, just looking at it, I can tell, and it does. It's a little dry, the noodles,
Yes, a little bit.
not horribly. So I definitely should have added more of the half and half, the half-ass work that I did. More of the half and half mixture to make it a little creamier.
But it still has a great flavor to it.
Mhm.
You taste the seasonings.
Right, and I was
Pretty good.
worried that the Cajun was going to be
Yes,
overbearing,
too.
but no, it's good balance. And I like the parsley, fresh parsley.
That's pretty good.
So used to the canned stuff. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I eat like a 3-year-old. I get it.
Gross.
True.
For sure. Now leave us alone so we can eat in peace.